text us on a chat box where you guys are dialing in from. We had 1,200 yesterday in our opportunity WBO, online WBO. Live. Let's see.
And after 3 hours, there's already 7,600 views.
Yesterday.
Oops.
Okay, let's see if we break that number today. Welcome, everybody. Whoa, Florida. Eric from London, Chicago. Laura. Hey, Laura. Hey, Troy. Dawn from Minnesota. Vicky. Minnesota. Record this to the cloud.
Sorry, guys. Just making sure that we have all of this good to go. And then we will start. Plus, we have a few minutes to get people logged on. Like yesterday, we waited literally 2 minutes and 300 extra people jumped on. So we want to make sure that we are giving everyone the ability to hear the business building tips, which has helped all of us skyrocket out of nowhere.
Absolutely, baby.
Absolutely. Okay,
hey, Shannon from Oklahoma. Melbourne, Sue from Melbourne, Australia.
From the down under.
From down under, baby. We have Peter from, I don't know where Peter's from. He said, hey, Romacio. And we got Terry from Signal Hill. Hey, Terry.
And of course, I have to start playing some music on Facebook Live. Say where you guys are from. I can't play music and do this at the same time. I know there's like a YouTube Red where you can do that, but I don't have that right now. So for right now, I'm going to just play music in the background. And then on Facebook Live later, I will say hi to everyone.
Give me some Bruno Mars. A little chunky.
Oh, you're the California kid. I got to play some.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Going back to Cali. Cali?
Birthday boy.
Birthday boy, say happy birthday to Mr. Jeff Giamava.
Happy birthday to you.
Right. We're excited, guys.
Hey, Michael and Eric from Denmark.
From Scotland, we have people from India, Thailand in the house.
Thailand.
Vegas, baby. Denmark. Did you say Denmark already? Scotland. Yes.
Hey, Natita, let us all hear you say you love everybody in Thai.
Me? You mean say it in Thai or say I love everyone in Thailand?
say you love everyone in Thai. Let us hear you speak Thai.
Say walking around say ยินดีทุกคนนะคะที่เข้ามาสู่ในการเทรนนิ่งของเราทุกคนวันนี้นะคะมีคุณโรมาเซียกับคุณแชทแล้วคุณนาธิดาที่จะมาช่วยชมให้ทุกคนรู้ว่ามีการที่สร้างธุรกิจเนี่ยสร้างยังไงบ้างค่ะ Okay, so welcome guys.
Yeah, we feel all of that. All of that.
You have to learn the skill sets of speaking different languages, which is perfect for today because we are going to be talking specifically about how to build your business with skill sets. Okay, because we hands down believe that nothing just comes, poof in the air, but you have to be able to grow your skills and grow your mindset to take you guys to the next level.
Hey, Denise loves your yellow nails, Natita.
I love it too. I was saying on a Facebook Live that I went to go do my nails with my mom and I showed her the color. She's like, no, you're crazy. I'm not your mom if you're going to do these highlighter yellow nails. And I was like, no, Mom, you live once. Let's have fun. So I did it. And next time I'm going to make her do it too. So, yeah.
Hey, guys, this is why I love this business. Look at that ocean. Oh.
Santa Barbara. Wow.
Santa Barbara, baby.
Beautiful view, guys.
Walked down with the kids the other day, saw some whales in the distance. It was amazing. Love this business. Manchester in the house. Africa. Whoa. I love it, guys. Chicago, Illinois. UK. Love it, guys. Malaysia. Australia again. Someone says, where's your Golden State hat, Moss?
You want my Warrior hat? That's right. I need to go put my Warrior hat on. Let me go grab my Warrior hat. I got so many of them. Oh, I'm sorry for all you Cavs fans. That's okay. There's always next year. Listen, you always get a second chance. Don't worry about it. Next year, you can come back.
Right? Shall we start?
All right, guys. As we always do, we'll start with our income disclosure statement, ladies and gentlemen.
Notice. Practicality dictates that everyone's results will vary, as we are all unique and different. Basically, it takes hard work to make a substantial income in this business, and some people will make no money at all. The earnings of a World Global Network partner will be 100% dependent upon their skills, work effort, commitment, leadership capabilities, and market conditions. Common sense would suggest that in most opportunities, one would find exceptional individuals performing well above average, while others perform under the average. World Global Network does not guarantee any level of income or your success. To see our full income disclosure, please visit our website at www.worldgn.com.
Well, all right, guys, there you have it. The income disclosure has been shown. Let the party begin. Listen, guys, I am Ramasio Fulcher, double president millionaire here with the World Global Network, and I happen to be accompanied by the #1 income earners in the Americas, my good friends and sponsors, Grand President Millionaire, both Chad and Natita Chong. They're joining in today from Santa Barbara. They're doing what they do best, which is party. And we're going to be here today, guys, and we're going to be sharing building tips about how to really build this particular business. I mean, this is absolutely incredible that I'm sitting here in my office. They're in Santa Barbara at God knows what resort. And we're here today literally sharing building tips with all of you live on Facebook and on Zoom. And we know that this video is being shown to people all over the world, literally. And I am quite sure that there will probably be 30, 40, 50, 60, maybe 100,000 people that will really watch this video. I am so freaking excited to be doing this today. And I'm going to tell you why. You know, I'm fortunate to know Chad and Natita, and obviously they're my sponsors and we've known each other for years. But, you know, why I'm super happy is there's some man, some little boy, some little girl, or some woman somewhere in another country. It may be in the United States, it may not. And I just know you are watching all the success about our company online, and you are just sitting there saying to yourself, man, I want to do this. How do I really do this? I want to do it. I feel you. I know I can't see you, but I can feel your heart. And I am so excited to serve you today. Now, I've got a special request or a favor to ask of all of you that are watching this video. If you really are thoroughly enjoying what's about to happen today, I want you to drop a note on Facebook. I want you to drop a note here in the Zoom and let Natita and Chad know, please do more of this. Please, 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 please. And the reason why I say that is I love to train. I love to teach. We firmly believe what we make happen for others, God will make happen for us. And so we're just here to serve. I appreciate you if you stepped out of your cubicle, if you're at work, you got your little cell phone there and you didn't want to miss it, man, kudos to you. So I promise you're going to really, really enjoy this session here today. But please drop us a note on Facebook or Zoom or whatever, and let us know if you want us to continue serving the big team in this fashion. Speaking of that, as we talk about the big team and as we begin here, I want to let you guys know we love every single leader in World Global Network. We've got multicultural, multi-religion. We've got, people from all around the world. I've got people in my organization that have made more money than me in network marketing. I mean, we've got the best of the best in terms of leadership here. And as we go forward today on teaching building tips, I think it would be the prudent thing to do to let all of you know that there are more than one way of building this business. In no way, shape, or form are Chad, Natita, and myself trying to de-edify or take away from any of the leaders out there. As a matter of fact, whoever is your upline leader, I 100% recommend you listen and follow their specific instructions. Always remember, guys, you can always learn something from everyone. Okay. So again, we're really grateful for all of the leaders. But today, what we're going to share is we're going to share exactly how we build the business. But we're just, they're Chad and Natita, and I'm just Romacio. We build it the way that we build it, but in no way are we saying this is the only way to build it. Not at all. But we just want to share what we have done because we want you guys to get the same results or even better, So with that, guys, let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to be the host. I'm going to be asking the questions and to Chad and Natita, and let's get it going here. All right. All right. So the first thing I want to talk about is I'd like to hear your perspective, both Chad and Natita, on being coachable. I've always, in my entire 10 years of this career of this industry, for me, the number one thing that has served me the best is I'm definitely not the sharpest tool in the shed. I know that for sure. But being coachable I'm pretty sharp. I guess I'm getting better. But being coachable has served me very well time after time after time. And I'd like for you to talk about being coachable. And then from there, we're going to transition into ego. We're going to start with that. So give me your perspective about being coachable, why that's so valuable and so important as new people are actually joining this team.
I mean, what we talk about all the time, even on our World Business Overview yesterday, how we started is we say the one thing that myself and Chad really, really follow is the quote of find someone who has what you want and do what they do. We say the best thing is to learn from your mistakes, but it doesn't have to be your own. I've learned that very quickly having my parents be my role models since I was 5. So they've been professionals in this industry since I was 5 years old. And, as parents, even like in terms of, don't touch the fire, don't do this, don't do that. It's like they teach you from their own experience. So for myself, I personally got to view my parents and see how they build this business. So coachability, I mean, I could do it my own certain way, but they've made the mistakes. They've gone through the path, and for myself to be able to listen, there's been times when they're like, fine, go do what you want to do. And I go do it my way, and I don't have the results that they've been having. So when I decided to let go of myself in terms of ego, trust me, as a mom and daughter, sometimes there's a lot of clash, especially when you have someone so strong as a mom, someone so strong as a daughter, and it clashes right there. So for me to even let go of my ego, my thought that I know it all, for you moms out there, growing up, you're always like, my mom doesn't know anything. Then when you become a mom, you're like, dude, I know everything, So, I mean, it's like, I realize my mom does know best. And for me to be able to let go of my ego and to just listen blindly and to just free fall in their advice, that has allowed us to skyrocket so many times. Just like Romacio said, when you see the top leadership in any profession, or especially in this profession, you will notice that they're the ones taking the most notes, always learning, never feeling like you know it all. So for us, we are always going to counsel with our upline. Our upline ends up being, our parents. We always, every single time there's a challenge in the way, or we have a question how to build, we always go to them and ask them, what do you think I should do? What do you think we should do? What do you think our next step should be? How do you think we should handle this? We don't ever feel too proud, because coachability will get you further, because you only know what you know. So it's one thing we always say, the question that you don't ask, the answer will always be no. So one thing that, especially Chad, I've seen him excel in this so much, is that every single time we don't have an answer for something, we're always asking. When we were amateurs in this profession, when I first started, I felt like, no, my posture has to be so strong that I'm not going to ask any questions, but it's the other way around. if you want to grow, continue to ask questions, continue to go seek answers. Those millionaires, those people who are your mentors aren't going to come to you and say, hey, do you want me to mentor you? Hey, let me give you some time. No, go and seek it. Like, go out and seek the advice. Go out and seek the answers.
And adding on to that, guys, I think to be coachable, you need to be a very good student. And if you want to be a coach, first you need to be the best student. And we've been in this profession, for a very long time. And one of the biggest things as Natita said, is putting yourself in a position to be able to learn from someone that has what you want. So one thing that gets me is when I try to help people in this industry who have not had the success in this industry, they want to be in a position to kind of tell us what to do. And that doesn't really make sense to me. So I think one of the things that I make sure that I do is that with my mentors and my coaches, I want to make sure that I remain the best student possible. And we were fortunate enough, including you, Romacio, we were fortunate enough to be coached by one of the best in the world as well. And one thing that I've noticed from that gentleman is that he is very, very good in direct sales and network marketing. But it's not about that. What I notice is I'm pretty good at golf. I mean, Romacio is better, but
No. You're definitely better. That's for sure.
And I remember playing golf with this gentleman who is amazing at this industry. And when it came down to me giving some tips about golf, literally, it was black and white. It was night and day. It was a switch from becoming a teacher, a coach, to a student. And it was so apparent to me that in that itself was a lesson to me how to become an amazing student. So guys, it's the vantage point that your coach and mentor has that you don't have that can guide you there. Because if you already know what your coach and mentor knows, then what's the point of having them? One thing I'll tell you though, Romacio, Natita, myself, whoever your coach is or mentor is, we make mistakes. But guess what? Our mistakes will be little episodes here and there, but will not be a series. If you stick with your coach and mentor, if you believe in them, first of all, you have to have that trust and believe in them. They're going to guide you to the right place. The reason why we love our partnership with Romacio is that we trust each other. We love each other. So he knows that whatever we tell him, he knows that it's coming from a right place and guiding him in the right place.
And I will say Romacio is like hands down the best and the most coachable person ever, like hands down. And this is another thing that I want to say about that. When my parents, when I first got started in this industry, like I would watch them from afar, but when I made the decision, like this is what I want my profession to be, I kept asking my mom all these questions. I'm like, why did you tell me, Mom? And one thing that she said to me, which I still remember till this day, we were in a hotel room on her bed and I was there with my best friend because I introduced my best friend to the business. My mom said, well, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. And that is so true. Yep. When you are ready, that's why when I'm saying, when you are going out to seek out, and just like Chad said, when your mentor or your coach is telling you certain steps, follow it. Because once you do, then they'll tell you the next step. It's like, reminds me back to Mr. Miyagi, wax on, wax off, wax on, wax. You're like, what are you teaching me? What are you telling me to do? You question it. Don't question it, because there's a certain reason behind why they're saying to do what to do.
Oh, this is some good stuff today, guys. This is some good stuff today. This is some good stuff. One thing I want to do before we move on to the next question, I forgot to do this. Guys, I'm a double president millionaire in World Global Network. And for those of you that don't know, a double president millionaire does $2.5 million in sales per week. And the average earning is about $100,000 per week. Chad and Natita here are grand president millionaires. That's $5 million per week, not per month, per week in sales. Well, let me do my math here. 5 times 4 weeks in a month. That's $20 million a month. And as a grand president millionaire, you earn an average of $250,000 per week. So, ladies and gentlemen, if I'm just going to say this because it's coming from the right place. We love you guys, and we're here to teach. Between the three of us, you got basically $1 million a month of income is being earned between the three of us right now. So, and I've only been with this company 6.5 months. They've been with the company about 9 months. So I'm telling you guys, you're learning from people at $1 million a month collectively. Okay. So let's keep it going. We talked about coachability. We talked about ego. I want to talk to you. I want to ask you, Chad and Tita, about humility. I believe humility will take you further than genius. I'd like to catch your perspective, Natita, about humility and what does humility really truly look like in network marketing? What does it sound like? What does it act like? I want to really be as clear as I can about humility so that people will really understand, because what I've learned is people have to be taught to be humble. Not everybody understands what it really, really, really means. Can you shed light on that?
I think for me personally, I feel like we had a huge breakthrough with humility, especially this year. And I think, before we were always taught, help so many people get what they want, and in turn, you'll get what they want. But in saying that within itself, it's still, at the end result, I'm looking to get what I want, but now I even take the last part out. It's not about helping other people get what they want and you get what you want. No, it's just help enough people get what they want. Like, put everything on them. For myself and Chad, we don't even focus at all on our gains at all, like, anymore. Like, it's not even anything in our mindset anymore. It's not about helping them to get what we want. No, it's just, I'm going to help them. It's about serving. For us, I mean, we've accomplished so much this year, by the grace of God. Like, seriously, it was unbelievable. It's all because of his graciousness. And, it's just amazing of what has happened this year. But we don't even see ourselves at that level. Like, we are constantly students. If you see us at any events, we're the ones who want to make sure that we're taking all the notes. We're always there to serve. I think it's about having a servantship heart, like, always willing to give. And again, this goes back into find someone who has you want and do what they do. I've never met a more giving person than my mom. Like, Chad could attest to this. She is always there to give. For those of you who were presidents and above who got to go to Thailand, we didn't have to end up doing that. And she didn't end up having to buy gifts for every single person. And she bought gifts for everyone, always willing to give, always willing to serve, always willing to be present for other people. I think that's where humility comes from, but it has to come from, within. It takes practice. I think everything takes practice, in a relationship, everything takes practice. In building business, it takes practice until it becomes a subconscious, like, for example, speaking about subconscious, I was always someone growing up, I would look at things, I would question things, maybe have a negative view on things, look at the challenges more than I would the positives. But, growing up in this industry, my mom has always my parents have both taken me to a lot of trainings, and they always talk about positive mindset, and I had to train myself before. It's like, I remember at one point when we first started this industry, I called Chad and I was crying, like, I got rejected like 3 times a day. They said no to me. I sent out 100 flyers and no one could return my call, and I remember saying, like, I was just looking at the negative and the product wasn't working and all that stuff. It was bad. Right. But then when I trained myself to have a positive attitude, like, every single time that happened, we would hit each other and we would say ARM, which was our acronym for activity equals results equals momentum. If activity doesn't lead to the results that you want, go back to activity and continue to do that for activity results equals momentum / money, right? And we continue to do that to the point where positive attitude became my subconscious, where we're not even thinking about having a positive attitude. How does this lead into what you're asking about humility? It's like, in terms of serving others. It wasn't necessarily like, oh, I want to serve others in the beginning. When we started out, it was always like a me attitude. Like I want to succeed and I'm going to do this because I'm going to succeed. But when we just trained ourselves to really fully serve others, it's literally in our subconscious. Like, yesterday we were awake until 3-4 a.m. still, like, till this day. We don't need to be anymore. We literally do not need to be. Even Ramasa, when he came to LA, he's like, you guys are still up, like, yes. It's like, we're always willing to serve, and it became part of our subconscious. And I think the heart of where it's coming from in terms of humility, like, that's That's the core of humility and being humble, and not like even looking at your bank account, not looking at any of that, but just constantly being a student, and really chiming into the whole concept of persistency will get you what you want, but consistency will help keep you there.
I want to add to that, guys. One thing I want everyone to notice: being humble, having humility is just not based on the actions people do. No, it's about what's inside. Sometimes you might have someone that has a hardcore outside, but you may think, oh, that person is not humble or have humility, but it's about what is inside. Don't just base it on actions. Base it on what you see inside by what they do, not sometimes what just they say. I'll give you an example. There are people that I know that people have an idea of who that person is, being maybe obnoxious or strong, or whatever it may be. But don't base your perspective on that person based on someone else, right? I'll give you a good example. Just last week, where person A told his wife about, man, I had a bad experience with this person. So the wife now went into a three-way call with this person in defense and in anger mode because of a third party's opinion. Always go in there with an open mind based on your feeling. And the most important thing, guys, is see what's inside. Now, I'm going to throw it back to Romacio in a second, is because the thing I love about Romacio is as we built this business together, like we're friends, we've known each other for a long time, but we've never been in the same team together building. And what have shocked me out of everybody in our organization, the week, the cycle that we're going for President Millionaire, or though I can't remember, going for one of the ranks, right? Romacio would call us up every single day, not once, not twice, literally nearly every hour or 2 hours on the dot, and say, Chad, Natita, what do I need to do to help you get over the line? And he made that call once, and I'm like, man, that's really cool. I never had that before. But he did it every day till we hit President Millionaire, or I don't know, it was double. And that really woke us up to say that, man, Romacio, I've never had a team player that is such a big team player in my 19 years. So humility, guys, if you look at the inside of Romacio, not just the outside, but if you look at the inside, that's what we look for, what's inside the heart. And, Mas, with that being said, brother, we love you and we love your humility. Sometimes people don't see it in us, but if you spend time with your leadership and you can really see what is the core. The number one thing that Mas always said is that it's not about me winning, it's about the team winning. Yeah. And that's what I love about Romacio. So what's your take on it, Mas?
You guys knocked it out the park. You said it perfect. For me, it's just a simple philosophy that what you make happen for others, God will truly make happen for you. I love to say it like this too. When you let go of what's in your hand, God will let go of what's in his hand. Yeah. And so just having an attitude of servitude, the law of servitude, when you really understand we are really one team. And I'm talking for all of you guys that are watching this video that are not even with our company. I come from an abundance mentality. Notice we are live on Facebook giving you building tips, even if you're not in our company, because the same tips that we're giving you, we know will work for any company, because these are principles. And so humility will take you further than genius. And I can just tell you guys, I'm not the sharpest guy. I just try and stay humble. I try and always edify my leadership. I try and always serve the big team. So I love to serve. I mean, literally write this down for all of you taking notes. I want you to write this down. Just circle it, even if you don't believe it, but just circle this and just start saying it every day. I love to serve. Let me tell you why. Money comes from solving problems. The bigger the problem you solve, the more money that you will make. Okay. I also believe that all of us, service is the rent that we pay for the space that we take up on earth. We all are put here to serve. And if you would just get out of your way and get in a serving mode, and as Chad said, not just talking about it, but I mean really living it, really being it, really doing it, loving to serve. I mean, I love it. Love to serve. I mean, don't just, I got to do another. No, I love it. Guys, I'm here to serve. Let's do it. I want to serve you. bring some passion with it. I mean, give your whole body to it. I love what LeBron James said last night. You know, I'm a huge Warrior fan, but I love me personally, I love how LeBron at the post-game interview last night, if you don't know, the Warriors guys, they won the game last night. Just want to let you know that. But LeBron James said, I left it all on the court. He said, I have nothing to be ashamed of. I gave it my very best. And that it just jumped through the screen, you know? And so what I'm saying to all of you guys today, humility will truly take you further than genius. Let's move on. The next question I want to ask you guys is about your mindset. Well, here's the question I want to ask, and I know everyone's thinking this, okay? Chad and Natita, if you had to start all over again today in World Global Network, could you do it and get back to the top again? Could you do it?
100% yes.
Yeah. Now, what about you, Chad?
Absolutely. Absolutely, brother.
Happy wife, happy life. So he has to say yes.
So for all those people that are joining the World Global Network family today, I'd like for you to share, what should their mindset be if they are to make it and be successful in this company?
Guys, I just want you to understand, one of the biggest misconceptions is people go, oh, Chad and Natita started, or Nat and Chenier started. Guys, I want you to understand, this company is 6 years old. We started on the bottom of 750,000 people before us. Mm-hmm. We're not number one, whatever. We were on the bottom of 750,000 people. We looked at that as, wow, thank you that 750,000 people were here to keep this company going, so that we found it 5 years later. So mindset is about what you want to do, and don't let the rumors, don't let other people get in here to stop you doing what you want to do. Put it this way. Wherever you're looking at, wherever you're dialing in from right now, wherever you are, there are 3 types of people that you'll find in your marketplace. Number 1 are the people saying that this doesn't work. Number 2 are the people that maybe are in there to saying, well, it is not working for me. And number 3 are the people who are succeeding. You meet these 3. How do I know that? It's because when I go into market and I shake someone's hand, I know the ones who are just testing waters out. I know the ones who are not happy, and I know the ones that are extremely excited, right? Now, when I'm in that marketplace, guess what? They have the same product. They have the same challenges. They have the same comp plan. They have the same streets. The sun comes up and comes down at the same time, right? What is the difference? The difference is YOU. The difference, the mindset. We're people breaking president ranks, diamond ranks, platinum ranks, the cycle. And yet there's also people that are not doing anything with their arm closed and say it doesn't work. So the mindset, guys, is the most important thing that I believe that can get you across the line. How do you train your mindset? There's so many things. Plug into your leadership. Plug in and listen. More important, listen to your coach or mentor, so that you can. Some people need to get their brain washed. You know what I mean by brain wash? Like literally take out your brain, put it in a washing machine, wash it. Get rid of all the junk that society puts in there, because 97% of people in the world, guess what? They don't have what you want. But those people are putting filth into your brain so that you are the same old, same old. Well, guys, to be where you want to be, to get the results you want to get, you got to wash this and really focus on that mindset. I believe that the leaders in our company has one of the strongest mindset, because in any company, right, there's ups and downs. If you find a company that the growth is just straight up, run. Because go look at Apple, look at Microsoft, look at all the biggest companies out there. This is the curve. There's challenges. Every company will have challenges. How we deal with it and how we work through it with the mindset that we have. So guys, mindset is extremely important.
For me, it's like when we talk about, we always say like one thing that we would tell ourselves, you know, back in the day, what would that one advice would be? And we both would always say, you know, believe bigger, believe faster, hands down. Because at the end of the day, just like Chad said, it starts with here. You know, that's what's going to get you through any challenges. Like when a challenge comes our way, you know, people always say, oh my gosh, Natita, you're so positive. Yes, I am. Because like I said, we've subconsciously trained ourselves to be positive and not let other factors come in here. Not even other factors, ourselves. You know, don't let yourself, your little, you know, there's like the angel and the devil. Don't let that devil continue to talk to you. You know, continue to focus on the positive, because that's going to be the reason why it's. Okay, my daughter's here. What's happening?
This is why I love this business, guys. This is real, right? This is raw. This is uncut. This is live. But to continue on, Natita's coming back. To continue on the mindset, this it's really what I think sets apart winners is their mindset. And to show you how much we believe in mindset, as some of you may or may not know, the company has awarded all of us, I mean, Romasio Fulcher and Natita and I, and you know, those five winners of a supercar. And we love to have a custom license plates on a car to kind of, you know, speak to the world. So this is the license plate that we have.
Bam! Like, do we believe in it? Hands down. Bam!
Hands down. So that's coming. And this is another thing that we have on our Rolls Royce that's coming as well. So, guys, and then our current car right now, our license plate on that is WorkWorks. So all that has meaning in your business.
Yeah.
Work works.
So I mean, moving on back to mindset, I always do this example. I don't have a piece of paper right now, but basically, let's say I have a piece of paper and there's like a dot in the middle of the paper. And I say, what do you guys see? You know, what is it that you guys see? A lot of people say, I see a dot, you know, a black dot. No, don't focus on the black dot. How about the whole white paper right there? You know, a lot of the times when challenges come our way, people are like, oh, shipping, oh, communication, oh, this is I was going to say, forget that, you know, forget it. Don't focus on that. You know, you're going to go where you're focusing on. So even for myself, you know, I was talking with Romasio, like shipping issues, this, like, do you know that stuff? We're like, no, we don't, because I don't even allow it to get in my head. If there's something negative that could come into my head that could cause even 0.0000001% of doubt, I'm not going to do it, because that's going to slow me down to where we need to go. When we first started in this, like literally top of the top leaders in this profession, like kept looking at us like, you're not going to make it. They have this challenge, this challenge, this challenge. They're not in the USA, blah, 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 blah. If we listen to them, where do you think we would be right now? Where do you think the lives would be right now? Romasio is a huge testament to that. Jeremy Roma is a huge testament to what is possible here with World Global Network when you focus on the end. You know, focus on the end, focus on the positive. It's all about feeding yourself. Negative attitude is contagious. So is positive attitude. That's Surround yourself with people who are positive. Forget the naysayers. Don't try to solve their problems and their issues, because it's going to bring you down. I don't have time for that. We don't have time for that. Yep. We're constantly going out seeking positive attitude, you know, seeking, watching videos, looking at people who are succeeding versus people who are failing. Why are you going to do that to yourself? Stop ruining your organization, which is another tip that I also want to give, which my mom has always told us about skill set. Write this down. Positive down, negative up. That is so huge and vital in your organization. Why? You never want to feed negative challenges to your organization, because you are destroying your business. You want a key to something to destroy your business? Start sharing negative challenges. Start talking about the negativity, you know, because then you're going to feed it, you know, and it's going to be a cancer in your organization. Instead, bring those challenges up to your upline, negative things up to your upline, so they can help you and feed you positive, because their goal is to feed you positive. So in the end, everyone is mingling with positive attitude. So that's huge. You know, if you have challenges, first off, you know, for us right now, when we see challenges, we don't really see it. Like literally when someone says, Natita, you don't see it. Like, no, I don't. Sometimes they're like, you know what, Chad and Natita, they make so much. That's why they're not negative. That's why they don't feel negative. They make so much. That's why they don't see the challenges. No, we don't see the challenges. No, wait, how do I say it?
Okay, why don't you think about that?
Okay.
All right. I'm going to add to that, guys, right now. So I'll give you an example, prime example, right? We had one lady who was throughout the whole organization complaining about her product taking so long to come. And she told her whole organization, and her whole organization stopped building business because they all focused on what the leader was saying, which was shipping. So it came back to me. I checked in the database. She put the wrong address for her shipping. That's why she never got the product. So she looked pretty silly, which she was pretty silly. And her whole organization stopped building business. She had to go back and call everybody. And guess what? At that time, maybe it's already too late because people don't trust you if you do it that way. So why we're not blind.
No.
The biggest thing for us guys, we see all that.
Yeah.
But the number one thing for us is that I have huge trust and respect for Mr. Fabio Galdi.
Yeah.
Right. If I don't trust that guy, if I don't believe that guy, if I don't respect that guy, we won't be here right now.
No.
That's right.
But because I trust and believe it, I know that deep in here, in his heart, right? Look, I'm pointing at Walter, but deep in his heart, he is doing whatever it takes. I repeat, whatever it takes, so all of us can win. If you think three of us work hard, you should see his work ethic. He works like, I've seen him where he's like drained, but he keeps on going because he knows he has the responsibility of every single person in his company, and he's doing whatever it takes. Sometimes, being Italian, when someone gives him something, he gets aggressive because he's doing whatever he can to make all of us win. So because of what I believe in here, I know whatever challenges we have is going to be overcome because of this, guys.
So I was going to say the last quote that I wanted, and which I was trying to figure out how to say it, was when a lot of the times when people look at those who are making a lot, they say, oh, they're making so much. That's why they're not negative. No, they're making so much because they're not negative. So it all goes back to the mindset. It all goes back to what you focus on. So turning it back to you, boss, because I know hands down, you have a positive mindset. It's not that we don't go through challenges. When me and you talk, I know me and you are always like, no, we don't see it. We don't have time. That's right. So turning it back to you.
Wherever focus goes, energy flows. I love how my mother says it. She says, at the end of the day, baby, it's about self-preservation. Together we stand, divided we fall. So Absolutely. What that means, if I catch you in the alleyway, right? Let's say if we're in an alley, and if I'm stuck between saving me versus you, I'm gonna choose me. So you gotta understand, you've gotta protect. This is your greatest asset that you have. You gotta protect what you see. You gotta protect what you hear. You gotta protect what you listen to. You gotta protect what you taste. These are your five senses, because these things affect the way you think, and the way you think determines the way you act. And the way you act determines your results, and your results is called your life. So it all starts with your mindset. One of the greatest trainings in the future that I will do, it's called perspective. What is mental maturity? Mental maturity is when your perspective grows. When, it's kind of like, let's just say when I was a little boy, if you would have stepped on my toe, maybe I would have got upset, and maybe we would have gotten to a shoving match. Well, now that I've matured, you step on my toe, my perspective has grown. I'll say, you've been excused. No, I forgive you. No problem. So the difference is I've personally developed. I don't handle the same challenges like I used to anymore because of the growth, the personal growth that's going on. So I just want to encourage all of you guys, mindset is everything as it relates to anything. Now, Natita and Chad, before we get into the specific how-tos of recruiting and duplication and how to build the team and all of those things, I'd like for you just to specifically mention, if you can, slowly mention specifically, what are some of the challenges that you've had to go or grow through to get to where you are? And the reason for that question, for those of you that are listening, I want you that are listening and watching this to be prepared. You're going to have to go through or grow through certain challenges. And so they're going to tell you what those specific challenges are. So when they happen to you, you can get excited.
One for me, the biggest challenge that I had to go through was fear of rejection. That was something that was huge for me. I think in general, when someone starts out, if you're a newbie, if you are even growing in this profession, rejection happens no matter what. But at the same time, it's still something where I feel like I had super huge fear of rejection. You know, I'm an introvert by nature. I don't naturally go out and talk to people like that. That's not me. But I did it to the point, and I feel so uncomfortable. But one thing that I did do was start doing things out of my comfort zone to the point, like I said, my goal is to get everything into my subconscious, everything. Because when things go into your subconscious, that's when you just do it automatically. So now it's like I get comfortable being uncomfortable because I'm constantly making myself uncomfortable to the point where it's in my subconscious. So even fear of rejection, I always felt like when they said no, that they're saying no to me. You know, like no to me. But you have to think about it. If someone is, you know, someone's knocking on your door trying to sell, I don't know, solar panels or something, and you know they're selling solar panels, and you say no to them. Are you saying no to the person, or are you saying no to the solar panel? They're saying no to the solar panel. So it's like, get over yourself. They're not saying no to you. You know, they're saying no to, you know, the product or whatever. So it's just in terms of that fear of rejection, that was a huge roadblock for me. You know, I think it's just getting out, just like we were just talking about earlier, mindset. You know, focus on what it is that you want as your end goal. You know, keep the positivity, and when you do that, it's like that fear of rejection eventually goes away. And when you realize that it is part of the process, without rejection you're not going to get to where you want. So now we focus on, you know, getting more yeses than we do our nos. It's just going out to get those at the end of the day.
And to add to challenges, guys, just understand at the beginning of your journey in any business or any company, and you will have certain challenges. And as you grow in that business, you have new challenges.
Exactly.
And right now we get challenges all the time. For example, one of the biggest challenges we had in the beginning was, put this in perspective. When we launched World 10 months ago, all right, our son was about 6 months old. He was just 6 months. So we're
our youngest.
Our youngest. So we have a 6-month-old, at that time a 3-year-old, and at that time a 5-year-old.
4. Because she's a year older.
Her birthday's not here yet.
So she was 4 because she didn't turn 5 until we met them. She turned 5 when we met.
Okay, so we have 3 kids under 5. Okay.
Yeah.
And you know, kids want time with mommy and daddy, and we had to put that in perspective. Yes, at times I wanted to go out to the pool and swim with them. Even now I want to go swimming with them. But we have to understand, as your business grows, your responsibility grows too, and we want everybody to win. So one of the biggest challenges we had in the beginning was how to manage time. And how did we do that? We didn't sleep. We were in Asia when we launched, like right before we launched. We would work the Asian time zone during the normal working hours, let's say from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. And then at nighttime, we will work the US market. So we will go to sleep at 4 a.m. Now, some of you may say, like, I don't want to do that. Well, you decide what you want out of it.
Yeah.
Write down the time frames that you want to work and do the best you can do during that time period. Not everyone might want to work the hours we work, but just guess what? With the leverage and the leadership you have, you can sit down with them and say, this is the time we're going to go all out. This is the results I'm looking for. Let's make it happen. Some of the challenges we have now is that our organization, our leadership has grown, and I'm still trying to find a way where we can give time to the leadership that we have. You know, I got a message yesterday from one of our people that we brought on board. It's like, he sent me a message and I didn't respond to him in 24 hours. And he goes, wow, I can't believe you didn't respond to me. And I just sat back and go, first of all, understand where I'm coming from. If I'm coming from a bad place to not respond to you, that's one thing. But I'm coming from a place, and I said to this guy, look, I'm not here not to respond to you. I'm trying to respond to everyone, is that we get 400 messages a day. So for everyone out there who's trying to reach out to us and you don't get a responder, it's not because we don't want to, is that we're trying to manage our family, trying to manage the business, and trying to manage over 62,000 people at the same time. So just understand, at different levels, there's different challenges, and just whoever you're working with your coach, your mentor, just look in here to see where they're coming from. And if you trust and believe in them, just keep on knocking on the door, because they're here to help you win. if you guys are in the right place.
Fantastic. Awesome.
Well, what about some of your challenges, Ramasio? I want to hear some of your challenges.
Well, you know, to get to this level, the main thing that I like to talk about, guys, is always mindset. If you got the right mindset, you'll make it through. And if you got the right mindset, number one, you'll make it through. Number two, if you're coachable, coachability is your greatest asset because you don't know what you don't know. Okay. So coachability, we could train for 4 hours on the word coachability index. Most people, they say that they're coachable, but literally they don't realize it's the little bitty things that are asked of you to do that you choose not to do. You just failed the test. So coachability is the shortcut that enables you to navigate and make it through the challenges. But challenges, you know, I'll be honest with you guys, you should expect that, you know, because we are an international company in 195 countries, you're going to have shipping challenges. You're going to have, some people have product challenges. You're going to have language barrier challenges. You're going to have challenges where right now, the 90% of all the people in our company, they all start with the family pack, which is $1,349. But then you will have some people that are in developing countries that will say things to you such as, wow, you know, $1,300 that's 3 months of an average person's salary here. So you'll be forced to deal with that type of challenge. You'll have challenges of how much time to spend with non-productive people in your organization. You'll have challenges of, you know, how to grow an organization quickly and successfully. You'll have challenges of dealing with different personalities in your group. You'll have challenges of some people are old enough to be your mother and father, and they have a hard time taking your counsel or your leadership because they think they know it all. You'll have challenges of dealing with people's ego. Oh, let me tell you the biggest one. And this transitions, Chad, right into the next question. We got to go here. We got to do this. We're going deep now. Well, this is the big one. This is the big one. Get the net. This is the big one, baby. Chad, Natita, let's talk about all of the leaders from other companies that have joined us here in World Global Network, okay? And these guys or girls have made all this money in other companies, and they were a six-figure ring earner over here, or they were $1 million earner over there, and you know they join here. And this is two questions in one, and they think that they can do two companies at the same time. So they say stuff like, "Hey Chad, hey Mas, hey Natita, I'm gonna join with you on the down low, okay? But don't tell nobody I'm over here, okay? And what I'm gonna do both of these companies, and if this World Global thing takes off, oh man, I'm gonna resign from the other one." Question number one: can any leader successfully build two companies at the same time?
No.
Is question number one.
Well, answer for question number one is no. You can build, but you won't build big. You know, we've seen multiple people try to do that here because everyone wants a piece of the world right now. Like, we are the talk of the town. We're creating stories left and right, successful stories like we always say, you know, this is a place for winners who haven't won big to finally win big here. Winners who have won big to win even bigger. Like, we're creating stories like no other because we have a product that's trend setting. You know, it's just unbelievable. So everyone wants a piece of this pie. But when someone just comes here, you know, and wants to tippy toe left and right, like, we've never seen that happen successfully ever. Right. In the last 10 months.
Nope.
Not once.
That's right. So let's talk about you were talking about challenges, which is sometimes you'll have, and this is a big issue, a big challenge, where you have leaders that are used to doing it a certain way from their last company, okay? And they've made all this money and they have all these trophies, but they're used to doing it a certain way. Let's talk about when they come over here to World Global Network, what oftentimes happens to those people if they don't drop the ego, if they don't let go of what they used to do so that they can currently get what they're trying to get here. Talk about what happens to those types of people that have that mindset.
I mean, it goes back to the very beginning about coachability, about, you know, being able to let go of your ego. Even for me, I always think back to me and my mom, you know, like I had to let go of my ego, completely let go of who I am completely, to just free fall into the advice that they're giving, because they know more than I do. So that's why I'm seeking their advice for everything. So for example, when we first started in this, you know, we did it the old school network marketing way, which is, you know, like hotel meetings, meeting people. Yep. Remember that? Mm-hmm. Remember when we first started in Asia? Like literally, we flew to Malaysia. We went to go wait in a meeting room where there was going to be hundreds of people there. But guess how many showed up? Zero. You know, and I'm jet lagged, I'm sweating, it's humid and hot, and we're waiting for these top people there. No one showed up. You know, and we wasted our time, you know, I mean, yeah, we wasted our time there, right? And then we kept doing this until we, by default, found this platform of Zoom. Actually, it was Chad's mom who ended up doing a Zoom with her other company at that time. And we're like, oh, what's Zoom? You know, and because we were in Asia, we wanted to talk to people in America at the same time. We're like, let's just try using this platform. So literally, Zoom and all of this happened by default. But because it happened by default, it is literally the only way that we are building right now. This is the reason why World has gone completely viral, because of the ability for us to, first off, build in 195 countries worldwide. If you're not part of something that is global, you want to make sure that you have that. The ability for us to build from home. You're from, you know, the resort. I'll show you right now. Like we're building in this resort right now. You know, building here with our family here as well. And there's over 1,000 people on the call right now. Yesterday, our World Business Overview Opportunity Meeting, there was 1,200 people on. 1,200 people on. It reached over 33,000 people in 1 hour, 7,600 views in less than 45 minutes. Right? Like, where else in the world can you do this? So we've had leaders who came on here, they're like, no, you know what? I really believe in the belly to belly, you know, because, okay, I believe in that too. You don't get me wrong. There's nothing that can replace a real life, you know, I'm going to hug you. I'm going to have that relationship with you. There's nothing that can replace that. But at the same time, the ability for us to grow viral online through Zoom, through our 2-minute, 5-minute, 30-minute videos, like that has allowed us to go viral. So don't reinvent the wheel. We've had leaders where they're like, no, we believe in this belly to belly. Can you come out, Chad, and just, you know, do this hotel presentation meeting for us? And Chad's like, no, we can't, like that's not how we build it. Like, no, you don't understand our culture. So Chad drives out there, takes an hour and a half in traffic, gets there, takes another half an hour to set up, 45 minutes to mingle, an hour for the presentation, another 30 minutes to close, another hour for trading, and only a few people sign up. Some people walk out of the room because they don't even know why they're there. You know, the same old, you know, and it didn't go viral. That organization did not grow. They said it did not work. When they finally switched the mindset, switched to what we're doing right now, that's when they started to flourish.
So write this down, guys. Watch what people do, not what they say. Mm-hmm. Watch what people do, not what they say. I'll give you an example. Ramasi has an amazing leader called Seville and Rachel Coe. Tell me if I'm right or wrong, Mas, but they hit diamond or double diamond before you even did a launch from. Is that correct?
Yeah, they went diamond before I ever did a conference call or a webinar for them. They went diamond.
I've had people come on a call with me. I had a call earlier today with someone that we've known for the last 4 years who's a strong leader in another company. And he was talking the game like, you know who I am, what I've done. I've done this for 23 years. You know, what can you do if I decide to join you, blah, blah, blah. And guys, it's all about posture. You don't need anyone. You don't need anyone.
Yeah.
And I said, look, and we look for people who are hardworking and willing to follow a simple system. This is the easiest thing that they will do. And he goes, well, you know what? It's about appreciation. I want to know that Chad, you appreciate me. And basically what he's saying is give him something for him to come over. We don't do that. You need to have posture. Don't get bribed by people talking. Mm-hmm. Right? Don't do that. Posture is so important. So guys, understand this. Our business is so easy. know it. Say it is easy. Share people the video. Let the product do the work for you. Don't use your skill set to convince people. We're not in the convincing. We show them the video. If they like it, they buy it. If they need more information, show them the 5-minute video. They like it, they buy it. They want more information, show them the 30-minute video. If they like it, they buy it. If you want more, guess what? After the 2, 5, and 30, that's all you got to do. And the best part of it, guys, is that you are not involved in those 3 videos.
Yeah.
You're letting the tools win. So watch what people do, not what they say. Have the right posture and don't get sucked in, guys. You don't need anyone. You need yourself, your belief, and you need your coach, your mentor, your upline to support you.
Yeah,
why? Because being coachable, having that coachability.
It goes down to just, in the very beginning, find someone who has what you want, do what they do. Don't reinvent the wheel. What's more important to you, your ego or your bank account?
I was about to say that.
That's right.
Rob everything away. Like, just stop it. Get over yourself. Get over yourself.
Stop it.
Get over myself, completely.
That person we spoke to, we love that guy. We want him to win. But you know what? If his ego is more important, he might not win. But if his bank account's more important, meaning that's open to listen and to learn, then guess what? He will win like he's never won before. His team will win like they've never won before. So that's what Natita said.
Yep, I totally agree 100%. So Chad, Natita, let's get into, now we've talked about ego, humility, coachability, mindset. We talked about if you guys had to start all over again today, that you could do it. Now, here's what we got for all of you watching. Now we're about to give you the how would we do it. If you notice how this Facebook Live has been structured, we talked about the internal stuff first. You got to get that check up from the neck up first. Got to get that right. And then now, because let me tell you why, guys, 90% of the victory, 90% of the victory comes down to mindset. 10% comes down to activity. It's a 90-10 rule. 90% is the right mindset, the right spirit, and 10% is just the simple work. And here we go. Let's talk about it, baby. So Chad, Natita, let's first of all talk about what worldwide training system do you use? I use Hilo.life. Which one do you use?
Same.
Did anybody notice that? I use Hilo.life because my upline sponsors use Hilo.life. Put a check next to that for Romacio.
That's right.
All right. Hilo.life is the system that we use. We stand by it. We believe in it. We know where it's going. Catch that, guys. I hope you caught that.
That's right.
We know stuff about Hilo.life that you don't know. We know where it's going. That's why we support it and we use it. It works. So all of you that are watching this video, we just want to encourage you. That's the system that we use. Hilo.life. Okay. Now, next thing, let's talk about recruiting, Chad. As it relates to recruiting, Chad and Natita, if you were to start over from scratch right now and you were you're married, you're a working family, and let's say you had a desire to make $2,500 a week, which is 10 grand a month, $2,500 a week. How many people, Chad, if I'm a brand new person right now watching this, how many people do I need to recruit? What do I need to do, guys? Tell me.
So guys, it's really simple in our compensation plan. If you break down the numbers, if you have hard work and dedication, we look at a run rate, right? A run rate within your organization. As some of you know on here, hopefully all you know that we built off a binary compensation plan structure. So you have a sales organization on your left and a sales organization on your right that you build. So if you go off the run rate of 2 to 3, what we call family packs a day, 2 to 3 a day in your entire organization. Your organization will obviously start with you. And because it's a binary structure, it can go to infinity, which means that it could have 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, whatever, as time grows. Now, having that run rate of 2 to 3 mathematically will give you a income about $2,500 a week, about $10,000 a month, obviously with hard work and dedication. One of the things that I really dislike is people talking about the 2x2. Guys, talk to any real leader in this industry. Talk to anyone who's really made it in this industry. You just don't become successful by introducing 2. I really dislike that because it's giving people a misconception where I can bring in 2 people and I'm done for life. That is not true. Natita and I, we are always recruiting. We are always building business. Go ask any business person that you know of, anyone that owns a restaurant, anyone that does real estate. Do you stop looking for people to buy your property? Do you stop looking for customers to come eat at your restaurant? Obviously, the answer is no. You have to keep on working. It's called work, right? That's why our license plate is work. So, recruiting is not a bad word. I love recruiting because we believe in what we have that can help other people. So having that run rate of 2 to 3 family packs a day on your left and your right, consistently building, working it, will get you to that income level. Now, how you launch your business will determine how quick and the amount of effort you need to do to retain that 2 to 3 a day. If you start with 1 person, that's going to be hard, right? If you start with 50, it might be easier. I recommend you to start with launch with as many people as possible. Jeremy Roma, love the guy. If you know his story, go. If you don't know his story, go look for his story. If you haven't seen his training, go online and see his training that he did in Bangkok, Thailand. His first launch webinar, he had over 658 people on that webinar. And guess what? He's never not had that 2 a day run rate. Why?
That's right.
Because he started it correctly. He built it strong and kept the momentum going. So guys,
so Chad, I'm sorry. So let me make sure I'm acting as if I'm the brand new person that's watching this. And Chad and Tita, I got my notepads. I'm taking notes here. I just want to understand. So when you say, Chad, 2 to 3 family packs a day, okay, if we do my math here, that's 14 to approximately 20 family packs. Now you're saying on the lesser leg. Is that right, Chad?
That's correct. Well, you need it on both sides, right?
Okay, so basically it's really 4 to 6 packs a day if you count it both sides. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. So I got it. 4 to 6 packs a day in my entire organization. So those 4 to 6, they don't have to come from me specifically. That's my whole organization, right?
Yep.
And that includes the spillover from my upline, anything that's below me. Whether I put it there or not, it counts towards my 4 to 6 a day.
Correct.
Absolutely.
Okay, so let me circle this on my paperwork. I'm brand new. So if I just have 4 to 6 family packs come in my organization on a daily basis, I can make myself an extra $2,500 per week, which is 10 grand a month. Is that right?
That's correct.
I got it.
Talk about spillover, Romasio. One thing that I do want to clarify for everyone who's on here right now is don't focus or wish for spillover. We always say focus on what you can bring to the table. We don't depend on anybody else. If it's meant to be, it's up to me. That's all. Right. That's how you have to see everything. For myself and Chad, we always focus on what we can bring, never expect, because at the end of the day, you're going to have, like, why aren't you doing this for me? Expectations. No, it's all up to you. It's up to you.
Okay, I want to add 2 things to that too. Number 1 is it just left my mind, but I know right now. So having that run rate of 2 to 3 a day, left and right, that's one thing. It's very important. Spillover.
He said, so I get the.
Okay. What about Chad? Should I only sign up family packs, or do I go for the 319?
Okay. So now, guys, it's the reason why most people who come through us come in with the family pack. We're all premium. We're not just saying that they don't do the single pack. It's really simple. What is the purpose of the Helo? The Helo is to monitor yourself and the people you love. If you know what this does, wouldn't you want this on your family, on your parents, on your grandparents, on your best friends? You would, right? So the next question is, would you want them to pay full price at $319, or would you want them at a discount, a saving? Everybody says the same. Well, if you come in with a family pack, it works out to be about $269 per Helo, plus you get a free bands kit. Think about it that way, right? So when you look at it that way, it's not about me making people pay more. I'm letting people save more. It's like if you play golf and you want to be a good golfer, do I say to you, hey guys, come buy one golf club? No, I'm telling you, buy the full set because you need the full set to play golf. Well, here, the purpose of this is to monitor your loved ones. So that's number 1. The reason why people come in with family like is I say, hey, do you want to pay $319 for one, Or do you want to save? When you get a bundle, it works out to be $269 plus you get the bands. Guess what? Most people go, well, I want it on my dad, I want it on my wife, I want it on my brother. Then they get the bands kit, they get the family pack or the premium pack if there are more people and they want to save more. That's number one. That's one with the family pack. Number two, which was very important. Can you help me?
People follow what you do. Is that what you're gonna say?
Oh yes, that too, very important. It's the posture and the belief. A lot of people say, what pack do you come in with?
Exactly.
Right. And I say to myself, I came with the highest pack because I want to have the biggest saving. And plus I need this as tools. It's very hard for you to share with people, hey, I want you to save money, but you didn't save yourself. Right. If you paid full price and you want people to save money, that doesn't really make sense. So that's that. But I know there's something else very important. That'll come back to me. So,
okay. So I'm taking notes here, and everybody stay with me. So Chad and Anita has just shared with you, to make yourself an extra $2,500 per week, you need to have 4 to 6 family packs coming in your organization on a daily basis. Okay. Now, Chad, question number 2. How many people would I need to personally sponsor? Remember, I'm a family man. I do this part-time. I want to make $2,500 a week. How many people should I sponsor right away? Okay. How many people?
So before I answer that, I remember my second thing I want to say before I forget it. Right. So just hold that question. Okay. So for me, I'm very mathematical. I always think things very logical. I like to analyze.
Very Asian.
Right? So people,
I can see it because I am Asian.
Right. So is there a demand? Like, okay, let's go 2 to 3. Is there a demand for it? If you look at the statistics, if you look at Forbes magazine, Wall Street Journal, Time magazine, if you think those sources are not credible, that's one thing. But to me, they're very credible. They say that by 2020, in 3 years, wearable tech will do $34 billion. See, our goal as a company, our goal is to do $2 billion. Now, for us to get $2 billion of that $34 billion, we need to have a 1.5% of that market, right? Okay, so I'm going to numbers now, all right? So basically what it's saying is, for us to make $2 billion, we need to have 1.5 of the marketplace in 2020. Right now, if you look at the presentation we did yesterday, right now we are at 5.3%. So right now we are 4 to 5 times above the run rate of what we expect to do. So whether you like it or not, I believe, and I know, and we're working super hard, that we're gonna blow through that 2 billion in 3 years. So what does that mean? That in 3 years' time, we would have a need, we would have a request from the marketplace of 120,000 helos per week. Let me repeat that. So the need, the want, the industry, the people, the consumers, they want to buy 120,000 helos per week. Who are they going to buy from? The demand is there. Right now, we have a shortage of distributors. We have a shortage of distributors to support the demand that we have right now, the demand that's coming. So just keep in mind, there is a demand of 120,000 kilos per week in 2020, and your goal is to do 2 to 3 per day. Let's say what that is, 30 a week, 30 to 40 a week, and the demand is 120,000. So the demand's there, the numbers make sense. If you look at everything right now, it does go to the right, in the right direction. So guys, I know the numbers there. I'm just working and trusting. So that's the second thing, very important to know.
So to my question again, how many people if you're new, would you focus on sponsoring right now, your very first week, to get yourself to $2,500 a week? How many people would you personally sponsor? I'm brand new.
You know what? I always tell people, look, let's focus on getting 10 on each business center, 20. Yeah. Now, that could be easy for some, hard for others, but I just
focus on getting 20?
20. 10 on the left, 10 on the right.
Left, 10 on the right.
Right. Yep. I tell people, do the best you can. If you are like someone like Romasio, and if you did 10 on the left, 10 on the right, I'll be disappointed, right? Because he's a superstar. If you're someone that has never done this before and you did your best is all I ask for. Go all out. Like LeBron James last night. He went on the court, he did his best. If you did your best and you honestly tell me you did your best, fantastic, because if you don't get the 10 and 10 or the 20 and 20, guess what? You have the right mindset, the right work ethics, where me and Natita or your leadership can make it easy for you to get your 10 and 10 or 20 and 20. Just go all out from the get-go. Don't go 1 foot in, 1 foot out. All we look for as a leadership team is to find someone that wants to go all out and be coachable.
Art Williams says, all you could do is all you could do, but all you could do is enough. And that's huge. But my question is, have you done all you could do? I haven't gotten my 10. I haven't got my 10, but I did all I could do. No, for real. Did you really do all you could do? We always ask ourselves that. There's like, even for us, like, we're not even at our maximum yet of what we have put out there, of what we have potential to do. And everyone listening to this call, I know for 100% fact, you haven't done everything you could do, because I believe that every single one of you are on this call. There's more potential. Even you, Moss. I know there's so much more in you, so much more in you, so much more in me. Absolutely. So all you could do is all you could do, but all you could do is enough. But the question is, have you done all you could do?
And absolutely, I believe in all you guys.
Absolutely. We all do. So, guys, in the interest of time, what we're not going to talk about on this building tips session, guys, we're not going to dive into where to find the people and what exactly to say. That is a specific building tip session that we will do about prospecting and recruiting. So in the interest of time, we're kind of going to, what we've done so far is giving you the run rate that you need. So you got to focus. You now have a specific number, focus on 4 to 6 packs a day. Boom. Keeps the bill collectors far away, right? 4 to 6 packs a day. Okay, that's the first thing you got. The second thing you've gotten from Chad and Natita is that we're telling you, if you're brand new, you need to focus on sponsoring 10 personal people that you bring in at the family pack on the left and 10 on the right. You want to get that done ASAP. Now, I want to go to something extremely important, Chad and Natita, and that is getting people started the right way. This is a big one, okay? Chad, I want Natita talk about getting people. What should they do exactly once they get them started right? Some people think this game is all about, they think the game ends once they sign them up. And that's not true. The game begins once they've signed up. So let's talk about getting people started the proper way. I want to talk about joining a business versus launching a business. Okay, so let's go into that.
Well, guys, we follow a system that was designed by Nat and Chanita, our global master distributor, called the 5-5-7 system, right? If you don't know what that is, you need to know what that is. We have a training on it actually online that you can go look for. We'll probably do another refresher training on the 5-5-7 for everybody. Maybe that we can do on another Zoom call. I like what Romacio has initiated here, guys. So you know what? My hand applause. If you appreciate what's happening right now, guys,
put a clap hand emoji.
Clap hands emoji, because Romacio called us up like maybe 2 days ago or yesterday or 2 days ago and said, hey, let's put this together. I think it'll be very valuable for the field. And I think that's a good thing, just able to be open and transparent and to share this. So, hey, my hat's off to you, brother, and thank you for putting this together.
Absolutely.
But, going to your question, besides that 5-5-7, because that's going to take another hour, I'll just go into your launching. Guys, it is so vital that you set a date. You write a date down when you want to launch your business. And from now to that date, you do whatever it takes with the support of your coach, sponsor, whoever your upline leader is, to do whatever it takes to build into that launch date where you can officially launch. Now, one of the things I tell people is, do I hold apps? No, do not hold apps. From now to that launch date, whoever you share with and they're ready to rock and roll, let them buy the product because they want to buy the product. The worst thing to do is, hey, I love this Hilo, I want to buy it. Don't buy it yet. No, that's the worst thing you can do. Because what happens is, if you let them purchase because they want to, now on the launch date, they will come on with guests. Now, if you tell them to wait, guess what? They might not even show up and you just lost someone. So never turn a yes into a no. Chanita has taught me that a long time ago. When someone says yes, most people turn a yes to a no. You worked so hard to get a yes, and then you turn a yes into a no. So draw a line to say when you're going to launch, work like crazy to that launch date. And I had a question that popped out. Jeremy Roma gets 650 people on his launch is because exactly that. He decided a launch date. From now to that launch date, he worked his butt off. We were on 3-way calls. We were on Zoom. We were just working, do whatever it takes. Got people on board, and that launch date came. There's a big opening, and boom.
It's about posture and also about taking it away. I think that's a huge skill set to learn. You know, I talked about this on another How to Invite call. It's about, like, you know, when you say to them, you better let me know soon, because if not, I have to replace you with someone who's willing. When people feel like they could be replaced, you know, and someone else is going to be more willing than them, they're going to want to come on board more. It's about edification, edifying, especially the speaker who's going to be doing the presentation for you, because you want your guests to be like all up into the Zoom, listening full on, you know, and the only way that you're going to do that is by edifying. So you want to be able to have the skill set of edifying the speaker. And just like Chad said, launch huge, because the bigger you launch, the more numbers that you have on your launch, that's going to set the tone of how your business is going to be.
And some people's asking some questions about, oh, you know what? People can't afford the single pack, the family pack. I'm only going to sell them the single pack. Guys, I want you to understand this. It's about in here, right? You got to do what is best for that person, right? If you want to, you know, if you want to build a house for someone, right? Let's say I am going to build a house and I need to buy the tools, right? I need to buy the tools. I need to buy the cement. And I go into the local hardware store and they said, this cement costs $100, but this cement is for buildings that is built with bricks, for example. Then well, this cement costs $10, but this cement is built for, you know, wooden toy houses for kids. Would you go, oh, you know what? Let me buy the $10 one so I can build a brick building on it. No, your house is going to collapse. So every training, understand this. What we train, guys, including Romasio, we train for the masses, not for the exceptions. Understand that. There are always exceptions to the rule. But if you keep on training for the exceptions, guess what? You're missing out the majority of your business. So you might have some people on here that's except. You might be broke right now, right? You might be broke, whatever it may be, right? Get into the business and understand that you got to work your butt off and follow the system.
And going on that topic about when they say, like, I can't afford it, it reminds me back of when I first started. My mom gave me the example of, you know, if someone says, okay, pay $13.49 for this product, it's like, no, I don't want to. But if I say, okay, you give me $13.49 and I will give you the Ferrari right here, everyone is gonna go sold. Whatever it is, because they know the value in that Ferrari, the value in that Lambo or that Rolls, you know? So it's not about can't afford it. It's that they don't find value in it. If you find value in something, you will do whatever it takes. So your goal is to share with them the value, you know, and this goes into, you know, handling objections. When someone says, I don't have time or I don't have money, my biggest way to handle the objection, I always say, exactly. I don't have time. Exactly. I don't have money. Exactly. I always use that word exactly. So anyway, that's off topic, but.
Hey, listen, guys, thank you so much. Listen, all you guys that are watching, if you want myself, Chad, and Natita to do this again, send us a comment right now. We need to know. Drop a heart, drop a comment. Do you want more of this? Do you want more? Do you want more? I've got 2 more questions, Chad and Natita, and we're going to get out of here for today. Guys, we love every single one of you that are watching. Unfortunately, we can't go through every building tip in just one session, okay? We can't, okay? But what you can do is drop us a little note right now. Yes, more. Let us know, because this was an idea that we thought would serve the masses, okay? Now, we've got 2 more questions here. All right, Chad, you just told us exactly, you know, how to launch, okay? We just talked about that. Chad, what we want to know is, okay, let's say you signed up a brand new guy named Bob, okay? How many physical meetings, meaning Zoom presentations, are you as Bob's sponsor going to do for Bob before you expect Bob to take over and to begin doing them for himself? I want an exact number, more or less. How many should we do for the new person that we bring in?
So write this down, guys. It's called show, shadow, duplicate.
Duplicate.
Show, shadow, duplicate. What you need to do is show the plan for Bob. So for example, I'll say, hey, Bob, welcome aboard now. Let's do this. I'm going to show the plan to twice for you. All right. Depending on the skill set that Bob has, you can't do it all the time for him. Give him a number. Some of the times Natina and I might do 1 or 2. For someone who's kind of new, give them maybe 3 or 4, right? But don't do more than 4 for them.
Mm-hmm.
So you show them. Now, what you want to do is you want them, and you have to give them the right expectation, is that I want you to write down, I want you to remember everything I do. I'm going to let you see me do it 2 to 4 times.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, I'm going to shadow you. What does that mean? For the next presentation, you do the first half, I'll do the second half. The next presentation, I'll do the first half, you do the second. So you switch with them. Then at the end of it, you tell them what you like about it, what they can do better, and what some overall tips to help them. So this way you are giving them feedback. And then on the third time, called duplicate, you just watch them, let them do the whole thing, and you give them the seal of approval that now you have duplicated. So show, shadow, duplicate. You show it 2 to 4 times, and then when you shadow, you just watch them do it.
Have them shadow you.
Yep. Have them shadow, you watch them do it. And you might come in at the end as a special guest to kind of give your comments about the presentation or about the opportunity. So that's shadowing. And once you're given that tick, guess what? You have duplicated yourself. We are not in the business of working for someone. Right? We're not in the business of doing, hey, let me do your presentation every day for you. Guys, we look for eagles. We want you to be eagles. We want to give you that training session so that we can clip your wings and you can go soar like an eagle as high as possible.
One thing that my mom told me in the very beginning when I first started out in this profession, she always said the person with the marker, the person who is speaking, will be the person making the most money. So you make it about them, your goal here is to help people. You want to serve them. You want to help see their lives change financially, and the way to do that is to get them, push them up, lift them up to be that person who is doing the Zoom presentations. You want them to grow into the person they need to be to have that financial independence, financial freedom, so you should want them to start presenting more. So instead of the person presenting with the market, the person presenting on Zoom is the ones who are going to be making the most money. So
and why is a little bit short. It can be easier sometimes, guys, to shortcut that is because everything's online and everything's recorded.
Exactly.
So, I have some people who said to me straight away as a leader, Chad, I got this.
Yeah, like go watch our Zoom, our recorded webinar on YouTube, and then they practice that way. So they're show, shadowing, duplicate using YouTube.
Leveraging off the technology
has
and tools
allowed us
that
to grow this faster, so much faster.
Yeah, if you guys remember, I never even had you guys do a presentation for me until I was the president millionaire.
That's right. That's right.
So absolutely. So these last 2, and then we're out of here, guys. This has been absolutely phenomenal. Chad and Tina, talk about babysitting. I know a lot of leaders, one of the biggest struggles for new and up and coming leaders in the team here is, well, when do I kind of back off and let them do it? That's why I asked that first question, okay, which is we're going to do 2 to 4 meetings for the new person that just joined, maximum 2 to 4, okay? But then after that, Chad, is it okay, Natina, that I kind of let go now and focus on someone else? But what happens if they fall? And what happens? A lot of people struggle with the letting go so the person can grow. Talk about that.
I think it goes down to, again, of people follow what you do, not what you say. There's a lot of times when people see challenges. We said it on, I think it was a call or something. I said, basically, the one way to solve every challenge is go sponsor 10 new people. Hands down. We say go sponsor more people. The more people that you sponsor, 10 people that you sponsor, that will solve any challenge that you have. Because you're going to be too busy. The person who needs babysitting is going to see that you're growing in your business because you just sponsored 10 new people. So they're going to end up following what you end up doing. So it's don't feel bad that you're not babysitting them anymore. You're doing them a service of helping them grow. It's just like like my mom in this very beginning, you know, I always asked her for advice, like for everything, to do everything for me. And she just said, you know, there's the one example that I read about the Army where in order to have them swim, they would just push them into the water. You know, sometimes you just need to be pushed into the water. I remember starting off with my presentation. I'm an introvert. I'm scared of public speaking. Public speaking is the number one and number two fear. The second fear after death. Death being the first one. Second one is public speaking. And I remember she was always like, the next person who's going to be giving the presentation is Natita. And I would be forced to go up there to speak because everyone's already clapping for me. You know, so it's just like pushing me out of being babysat, you know, like she would just push me out there. And sometimes you just need to do that to your organization, push them in order for them to learn how to swim, getting out of their fear.
To add on to that, guys, you know what, I look for not the babysitting, but the babysitter, where that mindset is in that person, guys. There's three phases of this business that I want to talk about right now. You know, why you need babysitting, well, why some people are doing that babysitting is because they are afraid themselves to recruit. They're afraid themselves to build. Exactly. Guys, we have no time to babysit.
No time.
We have no time. Why? Because we're building the business. Yeah. So there's three phases. Phase one, guys, write this down. Phase one is called zone one. Zone one is the phase that you want to be in, and zone one is a phase that you never want to leave. Now, what is zone one? Zone one is that building phase. So if you guys, if any of you here became a diamond or hit a rank, think about the last 48 hours before you hit that rank. What did you do? You were nonstop on calls, doing presentation, calling people, recruiting people, you know, sharing your opportunity, showing you were just working like crazy. That is called zone one. That is the zone you want to stay in, because zone one is about what you are doing. Now, what is phase two? Phase two is what I call the management stage. What is the management stage? It's where you start calling your frontline and say, hey, when are you doing a webinar? When do you want me to do a webinar for you? Or, hey, how come no one showed up at your webinar? It's all about other people. So phase two is management stage, where you are managing your team instead of building your team. Now, if you are in phase two, within 4 to 6 weeks, your business will go to zero.
That's right.
4 to 6 weeks.
That's right.
Guys, understand this. Know what phase you're in. Now, what's after phase two? And the third phase is called the complaining and lying phase. What is the complaining and lying phase? The complaining and lying phase is basically, oh, this doesn't work. I can't believe that, you know, my helo said that my blood pressure was off by 2, or whatever it is. Right? So, or I can't believe Romacio didn't pick up my call. Or that person said, I can't believe, Chad, you didn't reply to me in 24 hours. Guys, zone one is where you want to stay. The reason why I told you about those 3 phases is to recognize where you're in. Every market I visit, I know I meet people in zone one, I meet people in the management stage, and I meet people in the complaining line stage. But guess what? All 3 of these phases, all 3 of these steps, same product, same compensation plan, same geography, same leadership. What is the difference? The difference is you. So recognize what phase you are. Yeah. Always stay in zone one. We're always in zone one. Recruiting. And when you're in zone one, guess what? You're building an empire for you and for your last name and for your family.
And then just like Chad said, you know, we're just too busy. Like when you talk about, should we babysit? We don't even have time to even think about babysitting because we're constantly in zone one. But when people are asked us, like some people who are like, oh, this person's calling, maybe I shouldn't pick up anymore. But the question is, are you in zone one? It's not that don't babysit and don't recruit at the same time. If you have time to talk to them, help talk to them if you're not in zone one, but continue to make sure that you're recruiting and sponsoring new people so that you don't have time to babysit. Make it to the point where you have no time to even think about it.
That's right. That's right. This has been awesome. And the final question, let's talk about events. Really, really, Chad and Tita, listen, I know that my partner, my brother from another mother, Jeremy Roma, OMG, one of the top leaders here globally in our company. We love him dearly. He and his team are putting on an amazing event, June 23rd through the 25th in Las Vegas. But I recommend everybody that can afford to be there. Everybody needs to be there. Listen, talk about what purpose do events serve? Listen, I really want you to go hard on this because, listen, I'm talking to all of you out there that are watching this right now or may watch this later, and you're scratching your head wondering, how come I'm not growing? The company's growing, Ramasio's growing, Chad Natita's growing. What's going on? What's going on with my business? Well, I want to ask you, are you doing what we do to have what we have? And it's that little stubborn spirit, that little stubborn spirit that just doesn't want to do what we tell you to do. Talk about why they need to be at the events. Just help them understand this.
Oh, 100%. You want to make sure that you guys are at events because we said again, believe bigger, believe faster. The way that you're going to grow your belief is being surrounded by other people who have that same vision, that same belief, because it's so contagious. Like Ramasio said, it's 90% your why and only 10% how to. It's a 90 and 10% ratio, right? You want to grow the vision and the belief around people who came from international convention. They were fired up, and they were fired up. They were able to grow their business. They saw it to the next level. You get drained all the time. We always say, like a computer. When a computer freezes, what do? You refresh. Do you think, like for myself and Chad, do you think we need to refresh? Absolutely. Even when we go, you think that we go in order to train? No, we go to get trained. Like we said, the people who are the ones who are making it in this profession, they're constantly students. You only remember, I think it's only 25% of something that you learn. Only 20, or I even think the percentage is even less than that. 25% of the things that you learn. But if you go and learn it 6 times repetitively in 6 days, like straight up 6 days, you learn 75% of it. So it grows drastically. So going there, it just continues to grow your skill set. It grows your belief. It grows your vision. It takes all the negativity out. It brainwashes you, washes your brain, take all that garbage out. It allows you to have a stronger posture. We constantly go because we need to be brainwashed again. You think challenges come our way. It's again positive, down, negative, up. Of course, we hear challenges. People call us with challenges. So sometimes we hear certain things. We need to have this refresh. We need to be around people who are contagious. We need to be around people who are going to bring us to the next level. At the end of the day, it's all about mindset. It's all about positive attitude. The only way where you're going to get that in a big, big, big way is going to these live events. Another reason why it's so vital here, especially with World Global Network, because we build this virtually online. Literally, myself and Chad, we got our $3 million rate that we earned in just 10 months, guys. Woo! Launching this in just 10 months, building this virtually online, having only less than 10 hotel meetings, less than 10, not even hotel meetings, like face-to-face presentations. So we built everything online. At the same time, we believe that there's nothing that can replace a face-to-face meeting, touching, getting to know people, the vision, the power that you have when you're with people physically. So the only way where you're going to get this on a big, big scale is at events. So the Vegas event that's coming up, it is vital to go from event to event to event. Any event that you qualify for, make sure that you are there. Find someone who has what you want, do what they do. Where the heck do you think all these top leadership are going to be? If you want to be like them, have what they have, do what they do. Sometimes I can't afford it. I don't have the money. Again, exactly. Get there. Are you going to stop that $500 or that $1,000, let's say for travel, hotel, or whatever? You're going to allow that to stop you from making tens of thousands residually per month? Are you going to allow that? Sometimes you hold on. I'll give this example of holding on to like $1. You're holding on so tight. You don't want us to take it away. But because you're holding on so tight, you're not opening your arms to $100, $1,000. So let go there. Get to the place. Get surrounded by people who are going to be contagious for you to take you to the next level.
3 things. Natita's covered them. Number 1, why people don't go is time, right? Number 1 is actually money. And guys, she just gave you the right example. That's the reason why you need to go, because of that. Number 2, people don't go because, I have no time. That's the reason why you got to go to find time. And number 3 is themselves. 2 things in themselves. One is the family might be against you. Like, oh, your spouse, your husband, your wife. Why are you going to do one of those things again? Right? But here's the thing. Sometimes the people that you want to help the most are they taking you away from the only path possible to get you what you want to give them. Right? So you got to be stronger. And also ego, guys. You have to understand, Chanita, I see this time and time again. She's never said, I'm not going to go there. You know who I am. They're not going to let me speak. Are you kidding me? Never, ever. I see her go to every training and she takes the most notes more than anyone. So leaders out there, think about that. She's the number 4 person entire world direct sales and network marketing, 108 million people, number 4. And she's there taking more notes than anybody else. Why? Because she wants to grow, she wants to learn, and she wants to teach others that things that people don't have. So guys, those are the reasons why people don't show that. Don't make those reasons why you need to be there, because we want to be at every event that we qualify to go, because you never know when the turning point. Just quickly before, Natina and I were in an event, and I don't think that we even wanted to go to the event.
No, we didn't.
We had literally, we had 7 people in our organization. So it was me and Natina and 7 people who went to this event in, where was it?
St. Louis.
St. Louis. Literally, Natina and I and 7 people in our entire organization, obviously wasn't that big, right? Went to this event. We didn't want to go there. But at that event, we had a turning point.
Yeah.
There's a couple on stage. I don't even remember what they said, but Natina and I, we looked at each other at the same time and we started crying. Now, I don't know what it was, but it was just at that time and moment that was our turning point, and it changed everything for us.
In an instant.
You need to put yourself in a position where you can get turning points. And in my experience, you can only get those kind of emotional impact turning points at major events. Absolutely. You know what? This event coming up in Vegas might not be for you, but guess what?
You never know.
You never know if you're not going to be there. It's already a no if you're not there. So put yourself in a position to win. Get yourself to that event and make sure you're there to grow and win. What else you have? If you don't have this, what else do you have?
Absolutely, guys. So well said. Definitely, Jeremy Roma's event is going to be absolutely incredible. It's called Disrupt. You guys can find online where to get the tickets to be there. I will be there. Chad and Natina will be there. And then right behind that in July 28th through the 30th, we're having an event right here in Sacramento. It's going to be off the hook called Clarity. And again, Chad and Natina, myself will be there. So again, I love going to events, sharpening my axe. You know, if you gave me 5 hours to chop down a tree, I would take 4 hours to sharpen my axe. Yeah. And that's the power of getting to an event. Listen, we love Chad and Natina. Thank you so much for participating in this today, guys. And for all of you that are watching us all around the world and that will watch it, we hope that you've gotten a tremendous amount of value from this session here today. We love you from the bottom of our heart. Always remember in all that you do, we firmly believe that there's nobody in the world any greater than you. So with that, I'll turn it back over to you, Chad and Natina. Thanks for allowing me to be a host. My name is Ramasio Fulcher. I am a world changer.
Wait, we have to do it together, Mas.
Okay, let's do it together. I'm sorry. I'm messing up.
Thank you, Ramasio, for your time and the love for this industry, your love for people. We love you, brother.
I love for serving.
And we love your heart for serving and just, for the greater good of everybody. So love you, brother. Ready?
Ready.
My name is Chad.
My name is Natina.
My name is Mas.
And we
are world changers. Woo! See you guys.
I'm going to do the income.
Income disclosure notice. Practicality dictates that everyone's results will vary, as we are all unique and different. Basically, it takes hard work to make a substantial income in this business, and some people will make no money at all. The earnings of a World Global Network partner will be 100% dependent upon their skills, work effort, commitment, leadership capabilities, and market conditions. Common sense would suggest that in most opportunities, one would find exceptional individuals performing well above average, while others perform under the average. World Global Network does not guarantee any level of income or your success. To see our full income disclosure, please visit our website at www.worldgn.com.
All right, we love you guys. See you guys next time.
Bye.